Stop acting like you have something to fear.
So then, does that work? Is that what it says here? Yes.
Okay, so we get a little bit of time to get it keyed.
Yeah.
When you're never alone.
I think the Central Park 5, the opera, is a crucial story in our culture right now.
First of all, this story is still relevant, which is very unfortunate, but I think we need to realize that and accept it and acknowledge it and do something about it.
You can't hear enough of this story and stories like this, because you have to remember that this is one of many stories that actually caught national attention.
I also think that it's important to bring it in this format, in this genre, because there are people that wouldn't hear it if they didn't come to this opera, and it's also exposing opera to a new audience of people that already know the story but are coming to see an opera.
Opera is kind of like history in motion, and especially this opera is about truth. It's the retelling of what happened in 1989.
The Central Park 5 deals with these relations with race, it deals with relations of innocence. This piece has to deal with the passion and the heart of these people.
Then you add Anthony Davis and his style and his voice to that, and you just have gold.
In the case of the Central Park 5, it's something that I remember very distinctly. Living in New York at the time, I lived in New York in the 80s. When it came up to today to do an opera, I was fascinated with that, because a lot of times I've gone to subject matter that's sort of where there's a collision of culture.
Anthony Davis does a wonderful job of juxtaposing the position of not knowing where you are by changing the meter.
The music is really representative of 1989.
Anthony Davis has been a master at highlighting the dissonance.
So if you're not hearing it in the vocal line, you're definitely hearing it in the music and vice versa.
But there are also sections that are hummable. There are also sections that kind of sound like music that was happening at the time.
I think one of the unique features of my music is its rhythmic conception, and that rhythm propels the drama.
We're out here, but we don't care. We are the young ones who keep coming.
The Central Park 5 story is 5 youth in Harlem.
These 5 young boys who were all between 14 and 16 and
that were accused of doing a heinous crime, a rape and beating in Central Park in 1989.
And there was an outcry for justice.
they choose these 5 young boys since they already had them in police custody.
Implicated them, indicted them, charged them. They go to prison for it.
The point is that they were charged with a crime that they did not commit.
These are real people who spent time in prison for a crime they didn't commit. It tears you up inside. And but we know we have a job to do, and that job is to get the word out. That's something that is not political. It is something that really speaks to the heart of men and women everywhere.
I think it's important that we revisit these moments, to think and look deeply into it. And through music, I think I can try to get people to empathize with the 5, to imagine that they are one of the 5, that this happened to them.
My mind, my happiness, all stolen, taken away, all gone.
I think audience members will have an opportunity to really be honest with themselves about the differences of experience in America.
But I hope that they will come out of it with a better picture of where we've come from, but how far we have to go to right these wrongs.
Having the opportunity of telling this story is it's an honor and a privilege to do, but it's also a duty as well.
We are the priests who organize.